Welcome, spiritual beings, from the celestial medium, where we explore the mysteries of spirituality, ancient wisdom, and the esoteric. Today, we dive into the luminous world of Egyptian mythology to explore the most significant deity of Kemet, or ancient Egypt, Ra, the god of the sun. Ra is not just the sun god. He embodies creation, light, and life itself. For the ancient Egyptians, Ra was more than just a celestial body. He was the force that sustained existence and the bridge between the divine and earthly realms. Known as the self-created one, Ra appears in creation myths as the deity who stands on the primordial mound amidst the swirling waters of chaos and establishes order, gives birth to the other gods, and creates the world. In fact, to study Ra, you must study him in 5 facets. Ra as creator, Ra on the earth, Ra as king and father of the kings, Ra in the heavens, and Ra in the netherworld. Let's uncover the fascinating layers of Ra's mythology, his role in Egyptian cosmology, his forms, and why his legacy continues to captivate us today. But first, let us explore the creation story from the eyes of Kemet. In the beginning, before time itself, there was only the vast, unfathomable waters of Nun. In this endless abyss, no land existed, no sky, no stars, only darkness and stillness. Yet within this boundless sea of nothingness, a stir of creation began. From the depths of the void, Ra-Atum arose, self-begotten and eternal. In his solitude, Ra as Atum willed himself into being the first force of existence. A golden light poured forth as he emerged. Thus, the creator Ra-Atum, intending to experience all of its creation, gave itself to creation. Bursting forth vibration in the form of light and sound, creating the infinite all. Ra-Atum desired to experience his creation and himself firsthand. Thus he began to create infinite reflections of himself. From this ocean of the infinite consciousness of the one true creator, being came to be. Energies were sent forth like rays of sunlight, bursting forth from the sun, flung far across the ether, celestial paint on an infinitely expanding canvas. With great love and power, Ra-Atum brought forth his children, Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture. They were the first of his seed, the balance of dryness and wetness that would shape the world. As they danced together, their divine presence filled the emptiness with form and movement. The universe took its first breath as the void was molded into something tangible. From the love and union of Shu and Tefnut came Geb, the earth, and Nut, the sky. But in their unrelenting love, they clung to each other, wrapped in an eternal embrace. Their embrace was so close that no other living being could be brought forth in the world. Ra-Atum saw this and knew that they must be parted for creation to unfold. Solidifying that creation is all. With great effort, Shu lifted Nut high above Geb, separating them. Thus the sky arched above and the land stretched below, giving space for life to flourish. Geb wept for his lost love, and his sorrow gave birth to the rivers, lakes, and oceans that now cut across the land. Nut vowed to always watch over him, and so she adorned herself with stars, illuminating the night in eternal vigilance. From their divine love and union came the gods of life and destiny. Osiris, who would rule the land with wisdom and justice. Isis, who would heal and protect. Set, who would act as a catalyst and test strength with his storms. And Nephthys, guardian of the forgotten and unseen. And so the world was born. Order emerging from chaos, light from darkness. The great balance had been set, and life began its journey upon the land. Yet in the shadows, none whispered a final warning. Reminding all that chaos is never truly gone, it lingers, waiting for the day when balance is undone. Ra's act of creation is not just a story of beginnings. It is a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life and the divine order that sustains the universe. According to scholars, Ra is arguably Egypt's most important deity, not only because of his association with the life-giving sun, but also through his influence on the development of later gods. Ra was a complex and multifaceted god who could take many forms. He's often depicted as a man with the head of a falcon, crowned with a solar disk encircled by a serpent. This imagery symbolizes his connection to both divine authority and protective energy. However, Ra's identity is not limited to this form. He was often merged with other gods, resulting in powerful combinations that reflected different aspects of his divinity. In the morning, Ra took on the aspect of Khepri, the scarab beetle, representing transformation, rebirth, and the rising sun. As Amun-Ra, he is the noonday sun and the supreme god of the ancient Egyptians and is considered the father of the pharaohs. In the evening, Ra was often associated with Ra-Atum, the creator god who represented the setting sun. Ra-Atum symbolized the completion of the daily cycle and the renewal of life. In the form of Ra-Harakti, Ra is combined with Horus, the falcon-headed god of the sky, emphasizing his role as the ruler of both the heavens and the horizon. As Ra-Horus, he embodied divine kingship, blending the solar and sky elements of his power. Each form highlights a different time of day or aspect of Ra's cosmic influence. This emphasizes his omnipresence and dynamic nature. One of the most profound aspects of Ra's story is his daily cycle. His rising in the east and setting in the west symbolize the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. It's a cosmic rhythm that resonates deeply with the human experience. One of the most fascinating aspects of Ra is the Eye of Ra, a powerful symbol of protection, vengeance, and divine justice. The Book of the Heavenly Cow tells the story of Ra's departure from earth to the heavens, which involves this powerful symbol. In this tale, Ra once ruled on earth as a divine king, bringing order and prosperity to humanity. However, Ra grows old and humanity, forgetting their reverence for him, begins to conspire against him. Angered, Ra consults the other gods, who advise him to punish the ungrateful humans. To carry out his will, he calls upon the Eye of Ra, often depicted as a fierce goddess who can either serve his commands or act independently by unleashing chaos. Regardless of the outcome, the Eye of Ra always brings transformation, a theme consistent across all myths about it. In this version of the story, the Eye of Ra takes the form of Hathor, who is unleashed to punish humanity. In her wrath, she slaughters thousands until Ra realizes the destruction has gone too far. Regretting his decision, he pleads with Hathor to stop, but by then, she has become the bloodthirsty Sekhmet, consumed by rage and deaf to his calls. To subdue her, Ra orders 7,000 jugs of beer to be dyed red with pomegranate juice to resemble blood and poured onto the plains of Dendera. Sekhmet, thinking it is blood, drinks it all, falls into a deep sleep, and awakens as Hathor once more. Now transformed, she renounces violence and vows to be a friend to humanity. This story illustrates both Ra's capacity for justice and mercy, showing the delicate balance of divine power. The Eye of Ra serves as a reminder of the dual nature of divinity, creative and destructive, nurturing and protective. Weary of ruling over humanity, Ra asks the goddess Nut to carry him into the heavens. In response, Nut transforms into a celestial cow and lifts Ra onto her back, carrying him skyward. As he ascends, Ra creates the field of reeds and establishes the order of the world, entrusting its governance to the other gods. From that point on, humans are given the responsibility of upholding balance and order according to the will of the gods. Having stepped away from direct rule, Ra now focuses solely on guiding his great solar barge across the sky. During the day, Ra sailed across the sky in his solar bark, illuminating the world and sustaining life. At night, his journey became perilous as he descended into the underworld, or duet. The sun barge transformed into the evening barge, known as the Ship of a Million Souls, picking up the newly arrived and justified dead to bring them to the heavenly paradise of the Field of Reeds. On his journey, Ra was accompanied by other gods, including Ma'at, who ensured cosmic order, and Thoth, the god of wisdom, who recorded the events of the journey. As Ra's solar barge travels through the underworld, it is ambushed by the serpent Apophis, who seeks to destroy Ra and stop the sun from rising, plunging the world into darkness. Ra relied on Set, the god of chaos, to protect him from the serpent Apophis. The gods aboard the barge battle fiercely against the serpent, aided by the souls of the righteous dead. Meanwhile, as stated in the Book of the Dead, the living on earth perform rituals to send their energy and support to Ra's defenders. This struggle happens every night. Apophis attacks, and each time he is overcome. As the barge continues its journey toward the dawn, the righteous souls reach their final destination, and the rising sun signals Ra's victory once more, ensuring a new day for the world. Each night, Ra's triumph over Apophis symbolized the victory of light over darkness and the promise of a new dawn. This nightly battle was not only a mythological tale, but also a profound spiritual metaphor for resilience and renewal, and that light will always win against darkness. Ra's journey reminds us of the cyclical nature of existence, the struggles we face and overcome leading to growth and transformation. In esoteric traditions, Ra symbolizes the supreme divine force, the eternal source of light, consciousness, and creation. As the solar deity of Kemet, he represents the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, mirroring the sun's daily journey across the sky and its passage through the underworld. Beyond his literal association with the sun, Ra embodies higher wisdom, spiritual illumination, and the unfolding of cosmic order, or Ma'at. Mystically, Ra is often linked to the inner sun, the divine spark within each individual that, when awakened, leads to enlightenment and ascension. His journey through the underworld each night can be seen as an allegory for the soul's trials, transformation, and eventual emergence into a higher state of being. The battle against Apophis, the serpent of chaos, reflects the inner struggle against ignorance, illusion, and lower desires. In Hermetic and Rosicrucian traditions, Ra's energy is associated with the solar logos, the guiding intelligence behind the universe and the power that sustains all life. His role as the ruler of creation also connects him to divine will, symbolizing the conscious ordering of reality. Meditating upon Ra, or invoking his essence, is believed to strengthen one's inner light, bring clarity, and align the seeker with the divine forces of creation and transformation. The Ra material refers to a collection of channeled texts written in the 1980s, often called the Law of One, which claim to be communications with a spiritual entity named Ra. Ra describes itself as a collective consciousness from the planet Venus, providing insights on the nature of the universe, spiritual evolution, and the interconnectedness of all creation. It is considered a key text within the New Age movement, primarily accessed through the Ra material. In this material, Ra admits that he's a collective, conscious of the higher beings called gods that visited Egypt and other lands, birthed from ancient Atlantis. These gods have now formed one collective conscious. The Law of One as set forth by Ra is simply this: all things are one, that there is no polarity, no right or wrong, no disharmony, but only identity. All is one, and that one is love, light. Light, love, the infinite creator. It is the theory that we are all emanations of and connected by the creator. Whether or not you believe that this material was channeled from Ra, the material aligns with the esoteric wisdom that reigned from Egypt and is a foundation of spiritual wisdom for those seeking the deepest of spiritual knowledge. Ra's story is a timeless reminder of the profound relationship between humanity and the cosmos. Whether you view him as a mythological figure, a spiritual archetype, or a symbol of the sun's life-giving power, Ra invites us to reflect on the light within and around us. Modern learnings from the Egyptian sun god Ra include the concept of a universal life-giving force that brings order from chaos, the importance of balance and harmony, and living in Ma'at, the cyclical nature of life and renewal, and the power of leadership and authority, as represented by the sun's daily journey across the sky. Beyond giving life, Ra contributes to a perspective on the interconnectedness of the cosmos, the natural world, and the infinite cycle of the human experience. Thank you for joining me on this journey of Ra. May he guide you and bless you along your journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us what aspect of Ra's story resonates with you the most. Until next time, keep seeking the light and moving onward and upward toward the infinite creator. Namaste.